Well, is that not a sight for sore eyes? It is official. On February 11th, Ghost is returning to Modern Warfare. But not only that, with this video, it has now been confirmed that it's not the Ghost or Ghost of Verdansk. His name is going to be Simon Ghost Riley, and he is the person that is a part of Task Force 141. You may be wondering how I got all this information. It is actually all within this teaser that we just looked at. There is a ton of little hidden information that I am going to show you in this video. On top of that, today we got a new update for Modern Warfare that we're going to be talking about as well, but mainly we're going to be focusing on Ghost. So let's start by breaking down this teaser. So the teaser opens with a very clear phone screen with 6:01 p.m. on Tuesday, February 4th, 7 degrees Celsius. This is actually really important. This was the time and the temperature in Manchester, England at the time that they launched this teaser. This is going to come into play in a minute here. On top of that, you can very clearly see for the first time ever in Modern Warfare, a easily laid out Task Force 141 logo with the writing and everything. We have seen it on Alex's shoulder within the campaign, but we have never actually seen it as a full logo. Now, I do believe that this was actually put there for a reason. What I actually think is going to happen here is that Task Force 141 is going to be put as an operator faction within Modern Warfare. For example, right now you got the SAS, Warcom, and Demon Dogs. I think one of these factions is going to be put in as Task Force 141, and throughout the rest of the life of Modern Warfare, I think we're going to see some familiar faces, or at least more familiar faces, put into multiplayer. Maybe Captain Price, maybe Soap, maybe some of the characters from single player will be put into the Task Force 141 faction within multiplayer. Now, as the trailer continues, we get to see even more. So you see it initializing, reading or scanning some sort of face, and then it recognizes someone, identity confirmed. And at this point, we have to hold the phone. You may have missed it, you may not have noticed it, but if you zoom in to the top left corner of the screen there's actually some coordinates. With the latitude of 53.4714 north and the longitude of 2.2243 west. So, of course, I went and put this into Google Maps. So this takes us to Manchester in the United Kingdom. More specifically, Ardwick Green Park, which is a public park in Manchester, and there is really nothing special about it. If we actually go down and have a look in Street View, there's really nothing special here. Nothing that could be a map or anything like that. I even looked up the history of it, and it turns out that there is a cenotaph there for soldiers, but other than that, nothing special whatsoever. So why is this important? Well, it's simple. Simon Ghost Riley in the previous Call of Duty games is British, and that is why they are showing this off, is because they want to show us that once again Simon Riley is going to be British. It's where he is from. Now, going back to the teaser, we once again go to this menu. We see maps, personnel, intel. Probably what we're going to see is more teasers come out in this format throughout the rest of the week, but then we finally get objectives is what it decrypts to. Then once it actually opens, we can actually see a message between Captain Price and Simon Riley. So it's sent from Captain John Price to Lieutenant Simon Riley at 2:04 a.m. The location is X-Ray Delta Yankee 4. Couldn't find any meaning for that. The hardware is updated weapon systems and ordnance. In other words, we're getting new weapons in Season 2. That's not a surprise to anyone. And then support new team operators. The highlighted words there are Yankee 4 weapon systems and operators. There is a really important meaning to those highlighted words. Let me show you. So the next thing that happens is Yankee 4 gets highlighted, and then an image pops up down in the bottom left. This is a location, so this is pointing towards a map. If we take a closer look at what is actually going on in that little video that plays, it appears to be one of those things that you see in oil fields that swing and draw up oil at an oil fracking operation. What is this pointing towards? My best guess would be Rust returning within Season 2. Why? Because that's a big oil rig out in the middle of nowhere where you would see one of these oil fracking things. The next thing we see in the trailer is weapon systems get highlighted, and then you see someone reloading a weapon of some sort. I've tried zooming in on the weapon. It kind of looks like either an SMG or an assault rifle loaded from the bottom. other than that, you can't really see much on this one. Then after this, it highlights operators and then shows you a video of a person. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't tell whether or not the person in that image is Ghost or not Ghost. I just can't tell. The glare on it, it's too blurry. But what I can tell you is if you look into the background, that is very clearly the tower from Rust. So I think it's pretty clear to say Rust is coming in Season 2. And then the rest of the video is pretty straightforward. It says confirmation required, Ghost confirmed, and then it shows a picture of Ghost's face a little bit blurred out, which we've kind of seen before. And then finally it says the war rages on February 11th, which is of course the beginning of Season 2. Hence, Ghost coming in Season 2. So I know we went really in depth with that, and I wanted to clear up a lot of things revolving around Rust, Ghost actually being Simon Riley, and him being from Manchester in the UK. So a lot of information we learned from that, and I'm guessing that we're going to get more and more of these teasers about Season 2 throughout the rest of the week, and whenever they do come out, I'll be covering them on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on to stay up to date on that. But also today in Modern Warfare, we got a playlist update that made some changes to some game modes, as well as store items, so I just real quickly wanted to cover that with the rest of the video. So first of all, starting off with the store items, we've got the Pale Abyss and the Dead Man's Fortune. Both of them are actually relatively cheap. You got 1,800 COD points or $18. You get 2 weapons with this one, LMG, shotgun, and they're kind of whited out camos. You also get 2 tier skips with this one, which is pretty decent. And then the other one is the Dead Man's Fortune. It's only 800 COD points. And basically for this one, you are paying for the weapon blueprint. Not gonna lie, I really like the look of this one. Even though it has the underbarrel, which is useless, the rest of it is actually some pretty decent attachments, and they look really sweet. After this, we have the playlist update. First of all, a couple little things you may not have noticed. If you are playing hardcore, first thing you're going to notice is they have hardcore shoot house and shipment, or shoot the ship. On top of that, hardcore 10v10 mosh pit now includes TDM, domination, kill confirmed, and headquarters. And to regular 10v10 mosh pit, they have added headquarters and kill confirmed. Now, on top of this, they have added shoot house 24/7 and shipment 24/7 this week, not together, but separately, which is interesting. I believe the first time they've ever done that. And then there is face off grind, the new game mode. So let's talk about this new game mode. So what this is a 2v2 game mode, but with respawns. So you're playing on the normal gunfight maps, which are incredibly small, but you are playing grind, the game mode where when you kill someone, they drop a dog tag, you can pick it up, and then you have to bring it to one of the capture zones. And I would say from the games that I've played, they are relatively short because they're fast-paced because of the small maps, but I'm going to be completely honest with you, they suck. I do not like this game mode whatsoever. In fact, this might be my least favorite game mode that has been put in post-launch. And it comes down to 2 main things. First of all, the spawns are absolutely terrible. Constantly, enemies will be spawning behind you because the maps are so damn small in this game mode. And it just seems that with these 2v2 maps, the only thing that's really going to work on them is simply non-respawn or gunfight. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe my experience was just not very good, but from all of the games that I have played so far, I just didn't enjoy them. I didn't like the objective type game mode on them. The spawns were terrible, like I said before, and all I'll say is I am just not a fan of this game mode. But at the same time, I'm not opposed to them trying it. I'm not opposed to them trying any game modes whatsoever. I like that they're adding them in. They can get the players' feedback like I'm giving right now, and then remove it or change it based off of what people are actually thinking about it. So, not a fan of this one, but I'm good to see that they are trying things. So that is today's update. I know not a lot of things were added in this week, and that's mainly because Season 2 is coming out next week, so I'm expecting through the rest of the week to see more and more teasers like this one that we saw today. I'm guessing we're going to get some teasers of all of the maps that are going to come. I'm guessing 2 to 3 at week 1 of Season 2, and then they'll probably add a couple of more throughout. I'm curious to see what they're going to be doing with ground war maps, and on top of that, we're also going to be seeing some new weapons added in as well. And like I said, I'm expecting all of those teasers throughout the next week. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, it's a great time to do so. If you want to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Let me know what you're thinking of all of these teasers down in the comments below. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen.